Hi, everyone. Glad you're here. Welcome to One Nation. I'm Brian Kilmeade. We all know the qualities of a strong leader, strong president, someone who takes responsibility for their actions, true to their convictions, whatever they are, is not afraid to admit when they've screwed up. But our current president, President Biden, he's not showing any of that.
Why do gas prices keep going up so high? Republicans would offer plenty of blame, but not a single solution. Our prices are rising because of Putin's action. It's no excuse to exercise excessive price increases or padding profits. Under my predecessor, the great MAGA king, the deficit increased every single year he was president.
You don't think this could have been handled, this actually could have been handled better in any way? No mistakes?
The idea that somehow there's a way to have gotten out without chaos ensuing, I don't know how that happens.
What a mess. But all right, it would be unfair to say he's never apologized. Control room, I believe we have a tape, an example.
I do apologize for the fact the United States, the last administration pulled out of the Paris Accord.
Okay, he's not exactly apologizing for himself. Not really what I was thinking. But sure, look, whether you like the guy or not, whether you voted for him or not, it's not how you handle things, especially in times of trouble. We are in an economic crisis. Inflation is out of control. Home prices are skyrocketing. Gas prices are at an all-time high. Moms are having trouble finding baby formula. And if you're wondering who's responsible for this mess, you probably shouldn't ask President Biden, because he is too busy deflecting blame instead of dissecting the problem, formulating a plan, and rallying a nation around that plan. You got true leaders. They shoulder responsibility in times of trouble. They do not blame. You want an example? Look at another Democrat, President Harry Truman. He popularized the famous phrase, "the buck stops here," because with him in the Oval Office, it did.
Nobody else could make the decision but me, because I was the president, and the final decision comes to the president, you know. I used to have a sign on my desk that said, "The buck stops here." The buck stops at the president's desk when he's president of the United States.
And people respect that, even when things go wrong. It's inspiring, right? And what about John F. Kennedy? Most people remember how he stared down Khrushchev and the Soviets in the Cuban Missile Crisis. But before that, he commissioned what we now know as the Bay of Pigs, a CIA-led botched Cuban invasion to oust Castro. When it failed, he owned it.
Now it should be clear that this is no longer enough, that our security may be lost piece by piece, country by country, without the firing of a single missile or the crossing of a single border. We intend to profit from this lesson.
Right. Our president, President Nixon, remember that? Resigning over the Watergate fallout in 1977.
I let the American people down. And I have to carry that burden with me for the rest of my life.
And let's not forget about Ronald Reagan, who learned in 1987 that his staff illegally delivered weapons to Iran in exchange for hostages.
As angry as I may be about activities undertaken without my knowledge, I am still accountable for those activities. Well, as the Navy would say, this happened on my watch.
Look, great presidents aren't perfect, but the great ones are accountable, both Democrat and Republican. There's consistently searching for answers in times of trouble. That's what real leaders do. They don't look for culprits. They don't look for straw men. They don't look for ultra MAGA. Case in point, Bill Clinton apologized to the victims and survivors of the genocide in Rwanda for not acting quicker to prevent the carnage. And President Bush, he owned up to his administration's failures in the handling of Hurricane Katrina and worked his way back. Fast forward to today. President Biden is facing major challenges. While he can't seem to solve the problems like inflation for everyday Americans or migrants flooding into our borders, illegal immigrants, I should say, all the people really want is to see that he's trying, even if he's flailing. In conclusion, President Biden, stop thinking about scoring political points and start thinking about solving problems for all of America. Be accountable, be reliable, be humble. And then, after 4 years, the world will say, that Joe Biden did make America great again. He's a real MAGA. In fact, he's a real MAGA king.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.